In the distant starry sky, a spacecraft carrying alien creatures is about to return to Earth. An accident happened when it broke through the atmosphere. It crashed in Malaysia. The ambulance was on the way to send the injured to the hospital. The astronaut suddenly opened his eyes. His hands turned black instantly. The tentacles attacked the medical staff. This time, the alien had already parasitized the female medical staff. They controlled the medical staff and walked towards the company. They successfully retrieved the alien life forms that landed in Malaysia. They started a series of experiments in the laboratory. They found the life forms can be parasitized in animals. Experiments were started with homeless people. The life form quickly attached to the homeless man like a solid. Then the life form entered the body. The homeless man's body had a strange reaction. The life form left the host and the man died on the spot. Scientist Erin couldn't bear to see the scene, so she found Eddie and told him everything that happened. Erin hoped that he would reveal the live experiment in the laboratory. Then Eddie followed Erin with work card to enter the laboratory. He recorded everything inside with his mobile phone. When he was about to leave, the woman in the experimental cabin knocked on the glass and asked him for help. He picked up the fire extinguisher and smashed it against the glass. Terrible things were about to happen. Eddie tried his best to save the woman and was instantly thrown down. The black unknown liquid in the woman's body began to transfer into his body. At this moment, the laboratory issued an alarm. He had to leave, and he found he could kick the iron gate away with feet, break through the barbed wire with a single sprint. He was running rampant all the way down. It was as if something was controlling his body. The security came all the way. He disappeared suddenly. He climbed onto the tree. Even he didn't know how to get here. When Eddie returned home, he began to drink a lot of water and eat snacks, even the leftover in the trash can. His eyes also appeared strange. This is the side effect of the combination with alien life forms. The symbiont needs to replenish a lot of energy. He needs to eat like crazy. He finds Annie who is eating. He just came in and grabbed everything to eat. Finally jumped directly into the fish tank. Annie's current boyfriend Burton found that something was wrong with him. Then he made an MRI for Eddie. Burton saw Eddie's violent reaction. He immediately turned off the instrument. On the other hand, Charlie discovered that the sound wave at a certain value can cause great damage to the symbiosis. Eddie returned home before he could catch his breath. Charlie's subordinates arrived soon, and they were all armed. The alien symbiote in his body didn't want to give in. The symbiote had to control him forcefully. It was easy to solve like this. Group of people. Charlie saw the perfect combination of Eddie and the symbiote in the monitoring of the laboratory. Immediately sent more men to surround Eddie. Eddie fled to the back door, got on a motorcycle, and started running. He was attacked by plane bombs, but Eddie easily dodged them. His operation stunned the group of people. Two big tentacles stretched out from his body, and he flew directly over the fence. When he was proud, Eddie was hit by an oncoming car and flew out. Unexpectedly, the fractured part began to repair itself. He drove the motorcycle to 360 miles. He was hit by a car and flew out. Eddie got up and was completely covered in black mucus. The co-body showed its true self. The police were rushing over. He used his powerful ability to escape quickly. He jumped into the sea and came to a lighthouse. The symbiote told Eddie that he was called Venom. He can know what Eddie knows and thinks. The symbiote that controlled the medical staff at the beginning has been transferred to the little girl. She found the Charlie and transferred into his body. Annie got the news and came to the hospital. They used ultrasound to get the Venom out of the body successfully. The Venom couldn't stand the stimulation of the ultrasound and escaped through the ventilation duct. Just when Eddie was about to leave the hospital, the enemy rushed to the hospital. Without the symbiote, he easily knocked out. He was taken to Charlie's lab. Charlie asked him to hand over the venom, but the venom had escaped. Charlie switched to a symbiote and smelled it. There was no smell of venom, so Eddie means nothing now without venom. Eddie was taken to the woods and was going to be killed. The venom parasitizes Annie and saves him. The venom returns to Eddie and tells him, Charlie's symbiosis is called Overlord. It is the ruler of their planet. Overlord wants to borrow Charlie using human rockets to bring the remaining symbionts of their planet back to the Earth. The spaceship has entered the countdown of the last 5 minutes. Overlord rushed to the spaceship at high speed. Venom is also chasing after him. He wants to stop all this. It's a pity that the gap between them is too large. After a fight, the venom was directly torn from Eddie's body. In a critical moment, Eddie finally fused with the venom. The two began to fight. At this time, Annie opened the main control room. The ear-piercing sound wave caused the symbiote to separate from their bodies. Both of them without the symbiote. Eddie kicked Charlie off the spaceship. The next second, Overlord found Charlie. At this time, Eddie was attacked and he was already dying. Before he died, the venom found Eddie. He came back to life. He pulled out the sharp blade on his body. He jumped to the spaceship when the spaceship was started. Finally, he took the sharp blade and cut through it. The fuel leaked. A huge explosion ensues out. Overlord and Charlie turned into ashes in an instant. The impact of the explosion was too powerful. In order to save Eddie, Venom transformed his body into a huge protective umbrella to protect him from explosion. Finally, Venom also helped Eddie recover and coexistence. The two sides reached an agreement with each other. Only bad people can be eaten and good people not.